when the NDC had taken Ghana to the IMF, the same Dr. Bawumia, he spoke to a journalist. Listen to him.
This is why we got into the IMF. You were spending too much relative to revenues, which is true. You were borrowing too much, which is true. Your external payments position has deteriorated, which is true. And so you ended up, your growth is reducing, which is true. So you ended up at the IMF. And the IMF would impose certain conditions, which is true. And if you don't do certain things right, the anchor will not hold, which is true. So I'm not quite sure what it is that is not true that I said. But I think, unfortunately, the supporters of this government and this government itself are very reluctant to admit the truth, even when it hits them in the face. Yeah.
True. Thank you.
That was the vice president, or candidate then, now vice president. You see the things he listed. He spoke about the government of the day then. And I'm saying up until now, not the vice president, not the finance minister, not the president, none of the party communicators, not anybody at the finance ministry, none of the members of the economic management team has had the dignity to apologize to us. Now, somebody would say that, oh, the government has admitted that we are in a certain hole. Agreed. Even that it took time before the government agreed that we were in a certain hole. But admitting that we are in a hole and not admitting that you are part of the problem is in itself a problem, because you don't see the problem to be able to fix the problem. That was Vice President Bawumia in opposition. With the benefit of power, what did he say? Listen.
Note that Ghana has been hit with a quadruple whammy. A quadruple whammy. The energy sector excess capacity payments, banking sector cleanup, COVID-19, and the Russia-Ukraine war. We have been hit by this quadruple whammy. And I say again that if you take out the fiscal impact of this quadruple whammy, Ghana will not be going to the IMF for support, because our fiscal and debt and balance of payments outlook would be sustainable. Of the four factors, COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war were external, and the other two, the banking sector cleanup and the excess capacity payments, were the result of policies of the previous government.
So again, we're blaming the previous government. Even when we have the power, we're now behaving as opposition, even in government. But this morning, the fundamental question I'm asking is, must Ken still go? Remember the MPs in Parliament who said that we were not running a monarchy or a dynasty, and that we're trying to build a democracy. You remember them? You remember the MPP MPs who had a press conference led by lawyer Pia Kubi, one of my good uncles, who had mentioned that they had gone to their constituents, including you and I, and we had told them that we were tired of Ken Ofori-Atta and Charles Edubuahin, and that they must go, or they will not participate in the budget reading and hearing and debate. Put the super up. Must Ken still go? Put it up there so we can see. Must Ken still go?